Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. So what you see here are the 5.11 TDU belts, and I've been testing and wearing these belts for a good while now, and I'm really impressed with them. I really like them. So what you see here on the right is just the single layer belt, and then over on the left here is the double duty or double thickness belt. And so I've been using them both. I really like them. We'll start off with this one here. So this is just the single layer belt, and I've been actually wearing this every day for the past year, just as my everyday carry belt, and I really like it. It's a good design for just general outdoor use, you know, hiking, fishing, camping, you know, whatever. It's just a good belt if you need something to, first off, hold your pants up, and second off, just, you know, be able to carry, you know, a few items on your belt. You know, maybe like a fixed blade knife, a multi-tool, you know, along those lines. It's not really thick enough to be like a gun belt. If you want to, obviously you can tell on here, I can just fold this in half if I want to. So it's not super rigid or anything, but it is a good, durable, lightweight belt. And so we'll get into this a little bit. I like the material they used on there. It's a good quality nylon. And also another nice feature on there is that you see on the front here on the buckle, they both angled it, and I don't know if the light will show you, but they just pressed it with heat, so that this front portion here that you're actually feeding through the buckle is really rigid, so it feeds nicely through there. Now, the buckle on here is another high point. It's a polymer buckle, which I really like because it keeps the belt very lightweight, and it's also just a good durable buckle. And I actually prefer this over some of the steel buckles that you find on like instructor belts. Now, I'm not going to totally criticize the steel buckles on those belts because they're much more rigid belts that have a little bit different, you know, intended use. But for this, I really like the polymer. And the other nice thing about it is that it's just a little bit more comfortable on your skin. You know, some of those steel buckles are just very cold and hard, and you know, it's so cold sometimes that if it comes in contact with your skin, it'll kind of bite you a little bit, and it's just not comfortable. So I really like this polymer. It's a good design. It's a friction fit design, so it just slides through there, goes through the other side, and you know, attaches to you in that way. And the other good thing about that is that it's infinitely adjustable. So you adjust this wherever you want it. If you gain or lose weight, if you want it tighter or looser, whatever, you can get it exactly how you want it. And it stays where you put it. It's not gonna, you know, adjust around on you and you know, kind of slide around. It stays where you put it, and it's a good solid buckle. So it's just a good, decent, lightweight nylon belt. And so they do offer it in several colors. This one is the black, as you can tell. It's probably my favorite color. They also offer it in this like coyote brown, as you see here, and an olive drab or OD green. So all good colors. It's really just up to personal preference what you want. So that's a good belt. These do go for anywhere between 15 and 20 bucks is kind of where I've been seeing them. That's good value. It's definitely worth it. It's very durable, and if you do end up getting any fraying on there or anything, which you have to use it a lot. I've been using it for a year, and I've just started getting a little bit of fraying, you know, kind of where it feeds through the buckle. It's easy enough to just take a lighter to it, you know, burn off some of that nylon, and you're good to go again. So I really like this belt. Alright guys, so this is the double duty belt, and so it's very similar features to this one, but what they did is they sandwiched 2 layers of the nylon together, and then they did 5 rows of stitching down there to tie it all together. So there's no plastic liner in there or anything. It's essentially just the nylon. So it's really more of a mid-weight belt. It's a belt that's rigid enough that you could carry a gun or something on here. Something that has some more weight to it, and this is going to support it a lot better than, you know, something that's more floppy like this. So this is a really nice option if you're like a concealed carry permit holder. You carry a gun every day. You want, you know, a belt that's going to provide some rigidity, but not something that's too overly heavy or too overly rigid. This is a good option. So this one's offered just in 2 colors, the coyote brown and the olive drab, but a nice feature is that it's reversible. So you could wear this with the black side out or the colored side out. So that's a really nice feature. The buckle is essentially just the same, just with a little bit bigger openings for the thicker material to fit through. and so I think it's a good option if you like the design and you just want a little bit more rigid version of it. It's not super rigid. You know, I have stuff like this one. This is an Uncle Mike's instructor belt. This has a plastic insert in it. This has a big steel buckle. This is a heavier belt, but it's a little bit more rigid even still. So you'll see a review on this in the future. It's a pretty decent belt as well, but I like this a lot. And it's not all that expensive. This is going right around 20 bucks, so it's really not all that much more than this one. And so I think it's a really good value. And another nice feature of this that I didn't really mention is that with that polymer buckle, not only is it lightweight and comfortable, but it's safe if you're on an EOD team. You know, if you're somebody that's working around an environment where you can't have a lot of sparks, that's a big plus. And it's also easy to go through things like airport security with this. You don't have to worry about setting off metal detectors or anything like that. So overall, it's a really nice design. There's not that much to it. I mean, it's just a good, solid belt. So if you have any questions at all, feel free to leave that in the comments. I'd be happy to help you guys out. And everyone, thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you like what you saw. And everyone have a nice day.